and Craig Gertzema with the Minnesota Department of Transportation. Dan Gullickson is the state program administrator, and Craig is in charge of the district that we're in here in Redwood County and around the Wilmer area as well. Gentlemen, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Having us.
So, Dan, we're going to start with you. We're talking about a blowing snow control program. What's that all entail?
Well, our blowing snow control program is using vegetation. It could be shrubbery that forms a living snow fence. It could be the use of structural snow fencing to help catch that blowing snow. And the other thing that we are using more is the use of standing corn rows. And we're taking this opportunity here at Farmfest to kick off our standing corn row campaign. We're interested not so much in the ears of corn, but we're interested in the stalks. It's the stalks that catch the snow. And we require to have a minimum of about 6 rows of standing corn, and preferably 12 rows. So that gives us a little more advantage in terms of holding up to the snow loads over the winter.
Now, when you're talking about leaving rows up, obviously if you're trying to come in and harvest that corn, you're going to knock those rows down. So what incentive is there for the farmers to leave that corn behind, or do they come in and handpick that? What kind of things are you recommending?
Yeah, it's entirely the farmer's choice in terms of how they want to handle that corn itself. They oftentimes will maybe partner with a local school group. It might be the volleyball team, football team. It could be the 4-H or FFA. Those kids can come out and handpick that corn, and it can be a source of a local fundraiser that the farmer donates to that group. MnDOT, we do compensate the farmers for leaving the standing corn. Statewide, we've averaged a minimum of $1,000 an acre for leaving that standing corn. And in many cases, it may even get a higher payment than that based on crash severity at that site due to snow and ice, as well as our snow and ice operational costs. If we have to go out there and bring in the extra equipment in there, that costs us money over the year, and that payment can go up as a result of that.
Now, what kind of results are you seeing with that natural, the standing snow fence? What kind of results are you getting with other aspects of it?
Well, what it can do is help improve driver visibility, not only for our plow operators, but those that are using the highway. Mm-hmm. It can also help reduce our salt use, which is good for the environment, because if you can keep that snow from sifting across the road and icing it up, that's going to be fewer salt passes later to try to get down to bare pavement. So we see some environmental benefits with it. We see safety benefits, and we also see improved mobility.
All right. Well, Craig, we're going to kind of shift gears and talk with you here. Now, of course, in our region, we have a lot of farmland where you're going to see that standing corn. I mean, implementing that program, are you seeing a lot of farmers thinking about jumping on board with this program?
Well, last year we had a really big increase in our participation in the corn. Just in the Redwood area alone, we had 9 farmers that participated in the corn rows itself, just corn, not including the permanent living snow fence with the shrubbery and the grasses and those type of things. And then we have some other, we have like Ed Gosh. I don't know if you know him, but Ed Gosh, he's participated in all 3 of our programs. He's done the corn, he's done the living snow fence, he's done cover crops. I mean, he's really helping us out a lot in a lot of his areas. So we're trying to maximize our area, because in the Redwood area, we got a lot of wind blowing. And anything we can do to help minimize those, road closures or those big impacts on the traveling public, we're trying to do. So.
And are you seeing a lot of farmers becoming receptive to that kind of a program for leaving the standing corn, or even putting in the living snow fence?
Yes and no. There's both. We work in conjunction with the living snow fence. We work in conjunction with the CRP, so we try to mate up with that so we can maximize the farmer benefit there. And the corn row, it seems to be a hit and miss, because you got one year they plant corn, next year they plant soybeans. So we try to gather the people we can when we see the corn in the right spot.
So, Craig, in our area, how would people get information from the DOT about trying to set up one of these corn snow fences?
If they reach out to their local, a lot of our small towns have truck stations. If they know somebody locally with MnDOT, they can refer them to me. They can call me at my office. They can stop here at Farmfest and gather some information from us here, or just go on our website and we'll figure it out, and we'll get back in touch with them if they don't know who to contact.
All right. Well, Craig, Dan, thank you very much for joining us here at Farmfest.
Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin.
All right. That's Dan Gullickson and Craig Gertzema here with the Minnesota Department of Transportation as we broadcast from the Gilfillan Estates here on day 1 of Farmfest 2017. Thanks to our sponsors, including today's primary sponsor, Farmers Union Industries, Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Integrity Bank Plus in Wabasso and Walnut Grove, Oberlo Accounting Office, Estable Frank Munschauer and Geis Limited, and Cardall Insurance Agency. More coming to you from Gilfillan here at Farmfest 2017.